Hi, I'm Sean Carruthers, and welcome to How Do I on Butterscotch.com. In this series, we're taking a look at the Boxee Box from D-Link. In this episode specifically, we're going to talk about playing back your shows and movies. Now, the Boxee Box's whole purpose, of course, is to play back your media files, whether that's movies, whether that's music, whether that's photographs, and you have access to all of that through your interface here. Now, to get access to shows or movies, you head over to the Shows or Movies icon. In this case, we're going to go to Shows. Click through and you'll see a list of shows available to Boxee via Boxee's partners. And we can scroll down through the list to see the various shows that are available. Or if we want, we can go straight up to the top and use one of the icons here for sorting. So this one actually gives you various options for sorting. You can sort by most popular, alphabetically, newest first, or the oldest first. If you want a slightly different view, you can choose the other icon at the top right-hand corner of the screen, and that changes you between tiling and list mode. So right here we have tiling, and here we have list. So depending on which way you prefer to interact with your content, you can change that here. Now to find a show, you use the buttons around the selector button on your remote control, and you'll scroll down or left and right to find the one you want. And once you've found one that you want to watch, you'll press the select button in the middle of the remote. If you're on shows, a list of episodes available to you will appear here. You can click the select button once you get to the one you want to see, and a dialog box will come up. Now, a lot of these are set up as in-browser viewing, so when you click through on play button here, it's the big button that you'll see in the center of the screen, it'll actually fire up a web browser view, so like you would see if you're on the web, and then it'll start to play the content inside that web browser. Now you wait for the content to load up. In some cases you may have to watch an advertisement or two before the content, if that's what your web browser interface on the content that you're watching actually has, and then the content will start to play. Now because this is set up in a browser, you'll see the cursor on the screen, so you move the cursor around on the screen until you get to the point where you see your play controls. You also have a few other options here. So there's a pause button over there. You may also see in this menu bar various options that are available to you on the web, such as full screen. So you go to that if you want to see the whole thing in full screen, and then it'll play it in full screen on your Boxee Box. Now maneuvering around through all of this using your remote control can be a little bit painful because the cursor just goes tick, 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 tick when you're using the selector buttons here. So this is really where you might want to look for adding a mouse or a keyboard or something like that to really interact with the Boxee Box in a much more natural manner. Now when we're playing content, we can actually leave by clicking on the menu button and then going over to the leave browser option at the far right. This will take us out of the show playing that we're seeing right here, take us back to the list. And again, we can go back by pressing on the menu button, take back to the shows, and then back to the main menu by clicking on home again. Now dealing with movies is much the same. You just move over to the movies icon here, click through, and it'll show you the movies you can see. Click through on one of the things that you want to see. It'll give you the option of playing it. Again, it could be ad-supported or it could be free content. Click through, you can choose to watch later or share it, or just click on the big blue button. It'll start to play it in much the same way that it did when you were over in the shows category, except in this case, you're playing full-length movies. Now you do have access, of course, to premium services like MLB or Netflix. You can get to those by going to boxee.tv/services and signing up or activating them there. Or you can go through to the apps icon and see other third-party content. We'll talk about that more in an upcoming episode of this. Don't forget to check out the other parts in the series where we show you other ways of interacting with the Boxee Box. And for the show notes on this and the other parts in the series, you can go to butterscotch.com.